Hey, what's up everybody? Coach Kyle here. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification button for future content. Look back at old videos. I've answered a lot of questions. And if you find this topic especially helpful or interesting, please share it. Today I'm going to talk about how to do a 1 mile time trial. And the reason to do this on a semi-regular basis is it gives you both a measure of your progress, but also a measure of your current fitness. And that's very important because measuring, having a baseline, like having a number for your current fitness ability, can help you extrapolate your training paces, and it can also track progress. So every Jeff Galloway has the magic mile, and he suggests doing it every 2 weeks. You could do it every 4 weeks. You could do a 5K every 3 to 5 weeks, and it works the same way. Like having a 5K race pace, every 4 weeks shows you, okay, here's my current fitness ability. So that way you can train at your current ability, not some hopeful race pace or whatnot. So it's a good way to see where you're at, and how to do a 1 mile time trial, for example. For me, the track is exactly a mile away. So generally what I like my clients to do is to jog to the track, whether it's 1 mile or 2 miles. If it's 3 miles, it's nice to even just do like a run walk to the track. During that last mile, maybe throw in some strides. So what I do actually is, so the first, half mile or so, I'll jog it very relaxed, mouth closed. And then for that final half mile, I'll do a 20 or a 30-second stride at roughly 5K pace, a near sprint effort, and then I'll jog. So 20 seconds hard, 40 seconds jog 3 times or so. Or what I might do is jog easy all the way to the track, and then if I'm feeling like it's taking me a little longer to warm up, and then at the track I'll do a couple strides, 100-meter stride, 100-meter walk, 2 or 3 times at the track, to kind of get my legs moving, quickly. That's kind of like, turn them on a little bit. So do that. I'll walk a lap around the track or so, and then I'll go into the 1 mile time trial. And how that works is, ideally on a track, our track 4 laps around for 1,600 meters. You can add 4 steps, you can add a couple seconds for a mile, or it's actually exactly a mile around on the sidewalk and bike path on that park. So it's flat, so pick a flat surface, a paved surface most likely. And how to do a time trial is basically break it up into, on a track you can break it up into 4, on the road maybe break it up into 3 or 4 segments, and do the first third, moderate, effortful, a little harder for the middle third, and then basically best effort for the final third of the mile. That's a good way to pace just about any race. For a 5K, the 3 segments are mile-long segments. For the mile, they're half a kilometer. They're 0.33 of a mile, roughly segments. On the track, you can break it up into 4 segments, but it's like a slightly increasing effort over the duration of the mile, but the split per 400 is remaining roughly the same. The last one at best effort is probably going to be faster, but it's also going to be way harder than the first one. So for example, you might do, I'm literally like looking at the splits of a client I have that just did one, and he did roughly like 130, 131, 132 for the first 3, and then he did like 124, 125 something for the final 400-meter lap. And so he ran, like 6:01 for the mile or something like that. So you can see like consistent splits, but the effort went up. And then cool down, jog back home, walk, jog back home, and then you're good to go. Get some protein and some carbs in after that, and do that every 3 to 5 weeks or so. Galloway recommends every 2 weeks, and you can plug that into a calculator, and it's a pretty good way to determine race paces, training paces, for example. So you can, let's see, I wrote these down. Actually, so Jeff Galloway put these out really well, and he suggests, adding about 30 seconds from that mile time trial for your 5K pace. So if you ran a 7-minute mile, your 5K pace might be around a 7:30. You could do, let's see, where is it? So then you can multiply it by 1.15 for a 10K, or you could add 10-15 seconds, and then you could add a further minute for from your 5K pace to roughly a marathon pace maybe. You could add another minute onto that maybe for an easy pace range, and then that gives you kind of some suggestions. So that's how to do and why to do a semi-regular time trial, or you can sub in a race, a 5K for it, just to get a baseline measurement of your fitness, every month or so. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. If you want to learn more about coaching, hit me up at kylekranz.com. There's a contact form there. And as always, you keep running, I'll keep coaching.